Well, surprise, as Dice would say, guys. Windshare here. You know, powered up my PlayStation June 4th, Monday, just expecting, you know, a patch, basically. Next thing I know, I'm downloading Premium, and on top of that, Close Quarters. I'm like, heads up on that would have been nice, but I guess I can't complain. But, I'll get into the details of that day. It was a bad day. But, you know, I want to post up some content here of some of the new weapons that everybody's talking about to give you guys some preliminary information on that. Not a real in-depth review, or it could be construed as that, but I want to start talking about support class, in particular the L86A2 now that's in the assignment package that you unlock with this. Basically have to get 20 resupplies with this to unlock this gun, and 30 kills with the carbine with the support class weapon, if I remember right. Easy to unlock, but great weapon all around, I'd have to say. This gun, and overall in the support class as a whole, I want to say that finally the patch has fixed a lot of things. I'm very pleased with what I've seen so far. They've toned down the suppression, and in particular, it just seems like the hit detection, I don't know if it was just a console thing or what, but in particular with the support class, it was just so difficult to get bullets on target. And this gun, it seems to solve those problems. And I'm not saying this gun specifically, but I need to play more with the other assault class or support class weapons to kind of feel them out as well. But some great news on the M27 side too. You can put a heavy barrel on that gun now. You can put extended mags on it. So I'm looking forward to playing with that gun more. But this gun, I mean, this is the first match I played with this gun. I immediately unlocked the red dot sight, laser sight with it, a grip. I mean, that was just a great gun. I'm very pleased with this gun. The specific details on it in terms of the stats on it, it basically shoots just like the M27, 750 rounds per minute, 45 round clip, all kinds of attachments you put on, heavy barrel, extended mags, which I've yet to unlock, but what really worked well for me is putting a laser sight on this gun. Oh my god, it shoots just incredible from the hip. You'll see me just go in here time and time again and shoot guys and put them down once I unlock this laser sight here later on this match, and it just is incredible. The specifics on this gun, basically it says it's good at long range accuracy. And here's what I'm talking about with this laser sight. I mean, just don't be afraid to shoot from the hip with this thing. But it says specifically this gun's good at longer range, which is just music to your ears if you're in support class, because they're always struggling at long range. But very good overall, I think, at any range. Short, medium, long. I'm very comfortable with this gun just immediately. It feels a lot like the old L86A2 in the assault class prior to the patch. After the patch, I thought it was crap. Now I have yet to try it out with this most recent June patch, but very similar to that. Worst thing about it is reload time and the magazine capacity, but that'll be changing here with extended mag option. I've yet to decide if I want to remove this laser sight because I like it so much. I'll have to try it out and see you know, what it feels like with extended mags and if it really needs it or not. I'm guessing it really doesn't. To me, this really feels like an assault class gun. It's like an L85A2, but on steroids is the best way I could describe this gun. I mean, it is just a beastie gun. I was just putting guys down, and even, this is a rarity to say this, but I was even putting guys down that had an F2000 that came up against me. That's extremely rare to say when you're running a support class weapon. High rate of fire, good damage, 25 damage, just like all the other kind of the light LMG type guns. I don't know what the minimum is on it. I don't know the weapon specifics on this, guys. I apologize for that. It's just that data is really not out there yet that I can see online. I'm just going off what I feel and my impressions on the gun, and I am very pleased with this weapon. I can't say if it's going to be my #1 choice, but it's certainly a great weapon. And in terms of the other assignments and the unlocks, I have unlocked the ACR, or excuse me, the ACWR, and I just unlocked the M417. I'm extremely pleased with those guns as well. Overall, I think they've just knocked it out of the park with this patch. But you guys may be asking, why aren't you showing the new map packs? Well, believe me, I would be if I could. And this kind of goes into the story of that day. So again, I was surprised to find out that the close quarters content was released for us on PlayStation that day on the 4th. which wasn't announced anywhere. There was some rumor on Battlefield Battlelog, and I posted that too on one of my videos, saying that they're going to release it on the 1st. That was wrong. I'm starting to get away from that web page because it just seems like it's just false rumors all the time. But anyway, so I download or attempt to download the patch. And I have an older PlayStation. I have like one of the first generation ones. It's like 6 years old. It's like the whole 40 gigabyte, 10-pound PlayStation 3. And I'll be damned if it didn't lock up every time I attempted to download that huge 1.2 gigabyte file, which is never done before. But specifically with the close quarters content, whenever I attempted to download it, it would sometimes download the patch and then it would go into installation only to freeze during the installation process. So I had to go back and re-download because, of course, the convenience of the PlayStation 3. I'd have to go back and re-download the entire patch all over again. If it would do that successfully, which was about 50-50 shot, then it'd go into the install process again, only to freeze up at 80% reinstall rate. So I was like, what is the deal? And I started talking to some of my buddies of mine who had older PlayStations too, and they were saying that the same thing was happening to them. So I was finally just getting frustrated having an older PlayStation because I know some frame rate issues when I play Battlefield 3 on it. And I was starting to wonder if maybe if I just broke down and got a new PlayStation, if that would help solve those problems and, of course, this current problem. So I went out of my way that day after having attempted the installation process, I don't know, a dozen times I'd have to say. I really don't want to. I tried reformatting my hard drive, anything I could do. Finally go out and buy a new PlayStation 3, get it installed, and you know, I get excited about trying to get into a lobby. Man, look at these team wipes, huh? Here we go. Love support class. Finally get it installed just to find out I can't even get into any close quarters lobbies, and that's still the case here the day after, here June 5th, on Tuesday. We still can't get into close quarters lobbies, even though the people are out there playing somewhere, somehow. I don't know if there are other countries or what, if it's a US server problem. But nobody's been able to play any of the new maps, so that's why you're seeing this existing maps, you know, the same stuff we've seen all the time, Sand Crossing, Metro, Bazaar. So I'll get it out there as soon as I can, but I just want to start getting some information out about these weapons, and I do an in-depth coverage here of the L86 here. As you can see, incredible weapon. Highly recommend this weapon. Just destroying teams anytime I get in. It doesn't really matter what kind of lobby. I've been playing against advanced players as well, and just putting them down left and right. Just full-on beast mode on with this gun. I find out that you know, it's reload time is kind of a big hindrance of it, but if you play smartly, it's usually not too big of a consideration. You know, just like any kind of assault class weapon, you kind of have to just treat it like an assault class weapon is the best way I can describe this gun. It will not let you down. And again, fire from the hips is incredible with that laser sight. I don't know if I can take that off or not. But a lot of guys have been playing with that. You're not seeing me doing it here, but a lot of people have been turning on that colorblind assist mode, which kind of alternates the colors and makes them a little more visible. For us, you know, if you're not colorblind. But you know, I played with it on and off, and it kind of distracts me. I don't know if I'm so used to the old colors and stuff, but having like those purplish colors and those bright greens and reds and all that stuff really kind of, it clutters up my visual map a little bit more than I'm accustomed to, so it kind of distracts me, and I just turn it back to the old way. They've also made some other improvements in the patch in terms of like I think one of the big issues they were having was input lag. I've never really noticed that before, but a lot of my good players and teammates swear by it, that they can really play much better now. Need for Speed's one of them too. He's saying he can notice a huge difference in the aim ability and the responsiveness of his gameplay. So that's another perk for us console guys. I mean, they've really made a lot of changes in this patch, even though it didn't look like that much on paper in terms of just suppressive fire and the feel of the game and the hit detection. To me, it seems much better. It almost seems like the game was prior to the last patch we had in terms of the gameplay. So that's a big improvement from our perspective. We're both excited. Everybody's excited about it. We just love to get into the new maps now and to see some new environments that you can play this game in. I mentioned the other two weapons I've unlocked. I'll be posting some footage up of that too. The ACWR, which everybody's talking about now. I really like that gun, and personally I think it is probably the best weapon in the engineer class weapon right now, because it has no recoil whatsoever. You can go full auto with that gun and not have to worry about recoil, and like the M4A1, which a lot of people like. That, I mean, that gun's got twice the recoil of the ACWR, so I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon yet. I'm already hearing a lot of chatter about a possible patch for that, or nerf or whatever. It's OP, this and that. I don't know, guys. I'm hesitant to start going down that road already. I really like the M4A17, the Recon class. You know how much I love those semi-automatic sniper rifles. So, getting off track here. This last clip, I want to show you guys again a decent kill streak here. I always like to throw these in just to kind of describe decent gameplay. We're just getting dominated on this match. But here again, I just killed those two guys before, and here I do kill them both again. Give me a quick teabag, and I know their buddies are coming around here to kind of save them. So I throw out some C4 here real quick, and let's just be patient for a moment. And there we go. C4 incredibly powerful. You don't even have to get close to enemy to kill them. Pull back. I know, again, we're triple captured here. There's guys everywhere. I've pissed off some people here in this match because I'm the only one that's doing anything good. So everybody's out to get me. So in these types of scenarios, use defensive tactics, hold down corridors, and that's what support class weapons are good for. I just threw that grenade there, and I just know these guys are coming after me. I'm being smart about sticking around here too long because I know I'm vulnerable behind me and there's not really any kind of support from my teammates. So I see them trying to flank around, so I'm going to go around and meet them there and then try to come around behind them. So again, this is kind of how I formulate on the fly. Finally, I stalled them enough to get my teammates to pull up here position Charlie. And I'm trying to get back in that banana hallway because I figured they'd be flooding down there looking for me. So again, I'm trying to keep them on the fly thinking, and as usual, if you play smartly like this, sometimes it'll work out in your benefit. And I like to show it anytime I can. Combat Efficiency Medal, that's just my little pride and joy right there. But and there's that new knife. I've yet to really see because I just don't knife guys that much, but I'm not too excited about that. But Battlefield Premium is a definite buy. Get it if you want all the content, the close quarters, any new map packs from here on out will be free with that content. You get some dog tags, you get advanced stats now on Battlefield Battle Logs, so it's definitely worth it. It's $50. I'd recommend that. And look for my footage now whenever they allow us to play with the close quarters content. I'll certainly get that out as soon as I can, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe video if you liked what you saw here. And don't forget the L86. It is a great gun. I love this gun. Thanks for watching.